What exactly is divine timing? By Albers. February 25, 2019. Hi dear friends. The angels share their understanding of divine timing, and it has precious little to do with time. Love you all. An message from the angels. My dear friends, we love you so very much. Today we wish to speak to you about divine timing. It is an interesting phrase, for in our reality there is no space, or time. In our reality we see all possibilities occurring all at once. We witness you traveling through this matrix of infinite possibility, experiencing specific spaces, situations, and times, simply because you tune into them. Imagine that there are an infinite number of television programs being broadcast all at once. Imagine you had access to each and every one of them. You would simply take your remote control and point it at the TV after having selected your desired program. Presto! Your program appears. Likewise, and you have heard us use this analogy before, you hold the remote control that selects your life experiences. It is with your energy field, your thoughts and feelings, both conscious and unconscious, that you tune into realities and possibilities that will become real in your life. So what, then, is divine timing, if there is truly no real space and time? We would describe it this way. Divine timing occurs when you are in a perfect vibrational match to the essence of your desired outcome. Divine timing is more about a confluence of vibrations rather than a specific time period. For example, if you asked us, when will I have a wonderful Hawaiian vacation with my family? We would peek ahead and see when you are ready to receive the abundance to support your vacation, when you are ready to take time off, when you are ready to believe with absolute faith and joy that all parties involved will joyfully participate in your dream, and when their schedules will also permit participation. Here is where it gets tricky in the human mind, and here is where it is easy to fall into victimized thinking. What if my spouse worries about money and argues that we cannot ever go on vacation? You ask us. What is divine timing then? How long is it going to take him or her to get in alignment with me? Suddenly you feel at the mercy of others. In that case we would urge you to focus on the feeling of having a beautiful and loving vacation with your family. We'd tell you to focus on loving your family right now, creating that feeling of a loving family vacation in every single interaction. All inside of you. Think of it this way. If you were to nag your spouse, reason with him or her, beg, plead, etc., you would find all the doors to your dream closing. That kind of behavior says, I don't believe you are in alignment with me. I have to force you, or convince you. No one wants to feel that kind of pressure. They resist. You are creating a self-fulfilling prophecy that says, you are my adversary in this dream. Your energy is anything other than conducive to their cooperation. Suppose you say, I do believe I can create this trip. I know, it is coming. But then the following week say, why isn't it working? Your doubt belies the fact that your energy is not yet 100% focused in faith. You cannot influence others involved in your dream, if you remain in doubt. Instead, suppose you remain loving, kind, understanding, and focused. To you the trip is already a fact. You say to your spouse, I know we'll get to Hawaii someday. I have no clue how, but I love you so much I can't wait for us to share that joy. Aloha. That is an entirely different energy, dear ones. Your spouse might grumble and say, well, I don't know how, but in your loving anticipation you'd be infectious with belief. You'd be infections with desire. Infectious with joy, and that vibration, the essence of your dream, has to come true. You are completely ignoring their resistance, and reveling in your own joyful anticipation. In that vibration, Not feeling any pressure from you whatsoever, your spouse might start thinking, how can we make that happen? It sounds like so much fun. You might win a trip. You might be gifted one. And, if your spouse didn't fall into line, for some reason, you'd find that perhaps another family invites you, and the kids, and suddenly your spouse doesn't want to be left out after all. Divine timing is not about waiting for God to figure out when it is best for you to receive your dream. It is simply about the divine mind, the source, setting up the universe to run in such a fashion that when you, and all you wish to involve are a perfect vibrational match for your dream, then it is the perfect time to have it. Sometimes, dear ones, you have not yet fully grown into the vibration of your dreams. Sometimes, even subtly, you do not yet know you are worthy. As soon as you do, then, in perfection they will arrive. God bless you. We love you so very much. The Angels. Message from Anne. Hi everyone. I love manifesting. I have played with it for nearly 25 years now. There's a feeling that comes when you've really clicked into the vibration you need. You see no other reality. You know what you want is coming. It doesn't feel like wishful thinking. It feels like a done deal. I'll never forget years ago when I dearly wanted to support a teacher who was being interviewed on an international radio show. With over 3 million listeners, it was statistically unlikely that I'd get my call into the show, and be able to give a glowing testimonial. Still in my mind, I was going to do it. There was no other reality. I felt like a laser focused so intently that I was a single-minded woman on a mission. Call in. They'll answer. You'll give your testimonial. I waited until inspired, and dialed the number. I knew it would ring. I knew someone would answer. They did. I gave my glowing testimonial, and his book shot up to the top 100 on Amazon within hours. Mission accomplished. When I wanted my car, I stood in front of a room full of people whom I was teaching manifesting, and told them what car I'd create. I knew it was coming. Within a week I got the guidance to go to a car dealership in town. Within 3 hours I had my car, at the price I wanted, and had time to meet my friends for dinner. When I suddenly woke up in my 2-bedroom apartment that I loved years ago, and knew it was time for a house, I had the urge to drive around. I found a house that wasn't quite perfect, but when I was adopted by the realtor who given a list of other houses, the first one on the list caught my attention. A client canceled the next morning. The realtor showed me the house. I put in an offer then, and there that was accepted within hours. Diving timing indeed. A few decades ago a woman came who was due an inheritance. The proceedings seemed to drag on forever. The estates was finally settled, not so coincidentally, around the same time she was fully ready to manage it with wisdom. Growing into her dream, as the angels say, enabled her to enjoy it without wasting it. I've also experienced the opposite, times when nothing happened, because I wasn't yet a vibrational match. I wrote my first book years ago, and was impatient to get it published. The angels told me it wasn't time. I got rejection after rejection until I finally wrote one publisher back, and asked why I was being rejected. You haven't had enough experience in your field yet, she told me. The angels had known all along that I wasn't ready yet to stand in public, and bare my heart. I wasn't. Divine timing, my readiness, took 10 more years. Even crazier, I've seen, and participated in, dreams that crash, and burn, because people seek the outer manifestation before they are ready internally. In my 30s I so desperately wanted to be loved, and understood after my entire life changed that I sought external relationships before really making peace with the relationship with myself. As you can imagine, the external world simply mirrored my internal state. That was a clear examine mind timing versus divine timing. Here are a few pointers to help you find that sweet spot where your internal reality is a perfect match for your dream. 1. Make sure you really want it. Years ago, Ricky Martin wrote a song called The Cup of Life. In the lyrics he says, "The feeling in your soul is gonna take control, nothing can hold you back, if you really want it." There is great truth in this. When you really want something just because it is in your soul to want it, then it is a true desire. If you want something because you think you should, it is the next step, it is what is expected of you, it is what you need to get what you really want, etc. Then there is little fuel to your dreams. For example, many people say they want to manifest money. Some do. Some just want what they can get with it. Make sure that what you want is the bottom line. Don't try to manifest one thing to get another. In my manifesting classes we keep asking, why do you want it? Until we get down to the bottom line. I want his, because I want it. No reason. I just love the feeling it gives me thinking of having it. That is your true desire. 2. Fuel, but more importantly feel, your dreams. Have reminders of your dreams all around you. When you think of your dream, your toes should tingle. Well, maybe not that, but when you think of a true desire, and you are not resisting, or blocking it, you will have a visceral reaction that feels like love. You'll feel expanded, excited, joyous, playful, peaceful, incredibly content, or some other variation of a wonderful loving feeling. Anything less means it isn't a true desire, or you have some internal unconscious resistance. 3. Dive in, and find the resistant parts of self. If you know you want something, but can't get excited thinking about having it tomorrow, dive inward. Something inside you is resisting. Ask yourself, who inside of me isn't okay with me having this dream, if it came tomorrow? Dialogue. Negotiate. Ask that part what it is afraid of. Console it. Love it. Be the parent it never had. For example, sometimes when I envision things I'm manifesting, I find a part of me that is fearing others will misunderstand, judge, and be jealous of me. I gently remind that part that we don't care what people think. I love her, and we are A-okay with God and the angels. The resistance comes down, and I feel excitement once again. Once you clear resistance, you'll feel amazing again when thinking of your dream. There is no dream too large or small for the universe to fulfill. The Source sees deeply in our heart, our energy field, and wants to fulfill our deepest desires. We are the ones that must do the work to get our energy in perfect alignment. We are the ones who must get our fears and doubts out of the way. When we do, woohoo! Divine timing delivers them in unexpected, joyous, and amazing ways. Love you all. An.